Well, this is quite a surprise. I was not expecting more zombie support. And yes, I mean zombies in general, since most zombies don't even have an archetype. But anyway, new zombie stuff, Evolve Red Eye Zombie Dragon. Still wondering if we will ever get a Blue Eyes one, but anyway, let's begin. So we start off with Mad Murder. They'll probably change the name in TCG, but anyway, it's a level 2 Dark Zombie Tuner with 400 attack and 200 defense, with the effect of this card's name becomes Plague Spreader Zombie while face up on the field or in the graveyard. This is pretty important for some cards as some cards interact with Plague Spreader Zombie, so that's pretty nice. But its second effect is, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 6 or higher monster you control, decrease its level by 2, if you do, special summon this card. But you cannot special summon any type of monsters on the field while this card is in your monster zone other than for zombies. And this effect is a hard once per turn. I mean, it could resurrect itself and then just give you another synchro play, combo extension, no reason not to run this in zombies. Next, Algo Mazara. It's a level 8 Earth zombie monster with 2800 attack and 2300 defense, and the effect is, if a zombie monster you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard instead. Offers up some neat protection, especially when the second effect interacts with the first one, because if this card is banished from your hand or graveyard, you can special summon in defense, but decreases level by 1. Each effect is a hard once per turn. Yeah, using the first effect to protect your monster and then just to special summon it right after, that's pretty good. Especially because you could interact with this with any type of banished card. It's also a level 8, so it's a good discard target for trade-in, for example, since you can still use the banished effect in the graveyard, and zombies itself has a lot of discarding as it is. So overall, this is really good, and especially it doesn't restrict yourself with zombies. And now to the ultimate form of Red Eye Zombie Dragon, Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord. Level 10 Dark Zombie Synchro with 2800 attack with 2400 defense, requires one zombie tuner and one or more non-tuners. Its effect is that during your opponent's turn quick effect, you can target one zombie monster in your graveyard, except itself, and special summon it. Would have been nice if it works for both players' turns, but getting one extra monster can be very nice, especially that it's costless, so I can't really complain about that. But its second effect is that if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one zombie monster you control and then special summon this card. Each effect is a hard once per turn, so if it dies, it could resurrect itself. Especially when some effects activate when they're banished, this is overall a nice generic zombie card. And remember, this is level 10 and a Lich is also level 10 and a Lich is really easy to special summon, so you could do some rank 10 plays with that as well. So this is overall a nice generic zombie support. Next, Corpse Dragon Lord Felgrand. Level 8 Light Zombie Synchro with 2800 attack and defense, requires one zombie tuner and one or more non-tuners, and its effect is, if this card special summon, you can target one monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard, banish it. Very nice that it just says special summon and not synchro summon like most cards nowadays, because zombies are gonna resurrect themselves quite a lot. So that's pretty good. But its second effect is that if a monster is special summoned from your graveyard while this card is face up on the field, you can target one monster on the field, except this card, negates its effect until the end of the turn. Each effect is a hard once per turn. Like I said, you're going to do quite a bit of special summons, especially you're going to do quick special summons as well, so this effect is pretty nice to interrupt some effects. Of course, it's reliant on other cards, but this is overall a pretty good zombie card. Next, Immortal Dragon, which is a level 6 Dark Zombie Synchro Tuner with 500 attack and 2400 defense, requires one tuner and one or more non-tuners, and its effect is, during your main phase, you can send one zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, this card's levels becomes the difference between the sent monster and this card. So you send a level 10, this will become a level 4, because the difference is 4 levels. And I only reference level 10 because of a Lich. And there's also Plague Spreader Zombie, which is level 2, which can also make this level 4. And this effect is already nice because you're going to do a Foolish Burial and you do want more stuff in the graveyard. But anyway, second effect. When your zombie monster would be destroyed by battle while this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card by banishing when it leaves the field. Each effect is a hard once per turn. I mean, it's a tuner. You're going to use this for a synchro summon, so it's very likely this will be in your graveyard. At most, this is probably just going to protect you for one more attack, but this is overall a pretty good card since you can manipulate its level while also doing a Foolish Burial on top of it. Next to the spells. Our only spell is Zombie Reborn. You can only activate one of these effects and one of these per turn. Target one zombie monster in either player's graveyard, banish one monster with the same name from your deck or extra deck, If you do, special summon the target monster. I mean, this is fine. You're gonna banish some cards, which there are some effects for zombies, but zombies can resurrect themselves, so I'm not entirely sure you're gonna really play this. But second effect is that if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one of your zombie monsters into your deck, and if you do, set this card up to your field, but banish it when it leaves the field. I mean, reusable Reborn cards are nice, so I guess we will play at least 1 or 2 for zombie decks, right? And it's generic zombie card. And finally, to our only trap, Haunted Zombie, which is a normal trap. You can only activate one of these per turn and only activate one of its effects during the same turn. Its first effect is that you can banish one zombie monster that has a level from either player's graveyard. If you do, special summon 2 haunted tokens, which are zombie, dark, with 0 attack and defense, and they will have the same level as that banished monster. That itself is pretty nice. It gives you 2 tokens, which could be a Link 2 play, a Synchro play, and maybe a Fusion play. So that's pretty nice, but second effect is that you can shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters into your deck, and if you do, set this card to your field, but banish it when it leaves the field. So this is overall nice for some comeback plays. My only gripe with this card is that it's a trap, which means it's slow, but it can protect you for 2 more attacks, I guess. So this might be worth running, especially that you could just Foolish Burial this card and still set it up on the field. So why not? So that's it for the new zombie cards for Dimension Force. Honestly, I'm not really too into the zombie deck, but I am glad that they got more support, especially because they don't really have an actual archetype. But in many ways, this is very nostalgic for me, because the very first structure deck I bought ever since I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Was actually the Zombie World structure deck, which was crap at the time, but it was on sale and I saw Red Eyes, so I just had to try it out. But with more zombie support as the years go by, I kinda left zombies behind, but the new Red Eye stuff kinda got me back into it. Still not really into it, but very nostalgic to me. But anyway, what do you guys think about it? And now it's time to say goodbye.